Hello, welcome to Lil's Vintage World. This video is a book review of Agatha Christie, A Very Elusive Woman by Lucy Worsley. I was very kindly sent a copy for review from the publisher, so thank you to Hodder for sending me this lovely copy. This book came out in September of 2022, so it is out now and you can get your hands on a copy of the hardback edition. I have like the ARC edition, so it's like it's the size of a hardback, but it's all paperback floppy. It's kind of like the ones that you get in you know, you get the ones that you get in airports, kind of like that. So yours will look very similar to this, but not quite. But you can go ahead and get yourself a copy now. It's out and it's wonderful. Let me talk to you about it. So this is a full-length biography of Agatha Christie, which, you know, I love Agatha Christie. She is my favourite author. I love her so much. I have multiple copies of my favourite books of hers on my shelves. I have read some of her works over and over and over again. I'm going to be honest, I read the same books of hers over and over and over again. So Five Little Pigs, Sad Cypress, Mrs. McGinty's Dead, Caribbean Mystery, they're all just again. I can't help it. I just love them. And the story of Agatha Christie, the author that wrote those wonderful titles, is quite an intriguing story in itself. And I've read quite a few biographies on Agatha Christie, and I have to say, this is now my favourite. I just thought it was wonderful. It's a full-length biography starting right back at the beginning, go all the way through to her death and her legacy and how we think of Agatha Christie now and the legacy that she's left, not just in books but in film and TV and theatre and all those wonderful things. And Lucy Worsley paints a picture of her life, her childhood, her adolescence, her marriage, her divorce, all the way through. And she really in particular looks at when Agatha Christie goes missing, when her marriage was, you know, falling apart, and those days where no one knew where she was. Lucy Worsley kind of tries to put the puzzle together. We will never fully know what was really going through Agatha Christie's head, simply because we're not in Agatha Christie's head. And she hasn't written anywhere to give us the inclination of what was going on really in her mind. Obviously she wrote an autobiography, but you know, you can write what you want in an autobiography. You can write the things that you want to write and leave out the things that you want to write, and that's what Agatha Christie did. And so Lucy Worsley kind of uses different pieces of the puzzle to try and create a full picture, so to speak. Now, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was really good. But I will say this, I really enjoy Lucy Worsley's documentaries. I always do. I actually have some of which on DVD. I have ones on the Tudors. I have the Suffragette one in which they won, was it a BAFTA that they won for that? They won quite a prestigious award for it anyway. I really enjoy her documentaries. I think she's a wonderful historian that comes across really well to TV, because the way in which she talks to you and she delivers her information is like she's talking to a friend. It's not, there's no point in which she's trying to complicate you with language or she's trying to bombard you. She really just kind of drop feeds you the information. And you feel like you come away with knowledge, and you know, you come away with a smile after you watch a documentary. This book is kind of like how she talks in a documentary. So if you like her documentaries, you'll really like this. If you don't like her documentaries, then perhaps you won't. Perhaps this isn't quite for you. I still think it's worth a read, but perhaps you won't quite enjoy it in the way in which perhaps I enjoyed it. There are points in this where Lucy Worsley kind of, I suppose, breaks the fourth wall. So she's talking about something and she's using evidence, and then she'll bring herself back into it. So she'll use the word like I, for instance, therefore I think that, which doesn't usually happen in non-fiction books and biographies. That doesn't usually happen. Usually you kind of just stick to being in a certain tense and that kind of how you go around with it. But it's kind of like Lucy's just sat there and she's delivering you a story and she's like, well, here's the evidence. And therefore I think because of this evidence, this is this. And I quite liked that, but perhaps if you don't like her documentaries, you might not like that because it's Lucy putting herself into Agatha Christie's story. I don't know if that made any sense. I tried to tell it as best as I could. Okay. I have since also watched the documentary series that that Lucy has done on Agatha Christie, and I really enjoyed that. I have to say I do prefer the book more than the series, just because you get greater detail in here. But it was lovely to I read this first and then I watched the series, and I just thought it was wonderful to kind of read bits and then to see the visuals of what was going on about, and I did really enjoy that. I would say if you read this then watch the documentary, or you could do either way around, but I do think it is worth doing the two, because it's just wonderful, and I think this is a wonderful tribute to Agatha Christie. I mean, there are plenty of biographies of Agatha Christie out there. I just think this is a wonderful one because it feels quite personal, and I really like that. I would really love it in the future if Lucy Worsley did a biography of Dorothy L. Sayers, because this is such a nerd thing of me, but I watched the crime series that Lucy Worsley did, A Very British Murder, something along those lines, and in which she did briefly touch upon Agatha Christie, but she says her favourite was Dorothy L. Sayers, and she particularly loved Harriet Vane. So I would really love to see a biography of Dorothy L. Sayers, because I don't have any biographies of Dorothy L. Sayers, but I love Sayers, as you know. Gaudy Night, Strong Poison. Oh, such good books. So yeah, I would love it if Lucy Worsley was to tackle her in the future as well. But yeah, certainly worth picking up this Agatha Christie biography by Lucy Worsley. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, if you like Agatha Christie, you'll like this. They're quite similar in writing style, actually. It's just that ease, that effortlessness, and I enjoy it. So there you have it. So there we go. That is my my thoughts, my feelings on Agatha Christie, A Very Elusive Woman by Lucy Worsley. Really enjoyed it from my perspective, and I heartily recommend picking yourself up a copy or getting one from your local library, whatever you can do. So thank you so much for watching this review. Let me know if you have read this biography in the description bar down below, or if it's on your to be read list, if it's on your wish list, let me know. So thank you so much for watching this video. Take care, and I shall see you soon for the next video. Bye for now.